So today's topic is questions on predicate logic. We'll just understand what are quantifiers and then we will see the types of quantifiers and then we will do the questions on quantifiers that were predicate logic. Right. So first thing I told you in the earlier lecture also, that is quantifier is whenever we are going to quantify or give a value to the variable. That particular is called as quantifier. These quantifiers are divided into two broad categories. They are, the first one is called as the universal quantifier and the second one is called as the existential quantifier. Now, let's just give a review over universal quantification. If we say any variable is universally quantified, that means what? The universal quantification is of px is the proposition in any of the following forms. All these will be true for a universal quantification. What does this says? Px is true for all values of x. That means whenever it is said that all values of x, the px will always be true. For all x, px is always going to be true, the second statement. The third way of writing this universal quantification is for each value of x, px is going to be true. Next, for every x, the px value is going to be again true. Now let's see if it is given any x where px is defined. Now how we are going to symbolically denote this value? We are going to write in the form of, I have already told you that universal quantification is defined with the help of a symbol, that is this particular symbol is used for universal quantifier. Now this symbol, universal quantification x px, this is how we symbolize or render it in the equational form. Now this, how do we pronounce it? We pronounce it as for all value of x, px is true. We are not writing here that px is true, but actually it means what? It means for all value of x, px is true. This is the universal quantifier. Now second one is existential quantifier. Now existential quantification of px takes one of these forms. That means in your questions, any one statement will be visible to you all, with the help of which you can understand whether you are going to use the existential quantifier or the universal quantifier. How does existential quantification defines? These are the statements. First one, there exists an x such that px is true. That means for all value of x, we are not writing for all values of x. We are writing there exists an x. That means for some values of x, px is going to be true. Second statement, for some x, px is true. And the last one, there is some x such that px is true. Now you can just see in all these, we are not talking about all, we are talking about some of the existential values, not for the all values. How do we render it symbolically? We render it with the help of this particular symbol. This is the symbol used for existential quantifier. This is how we write this, right? How do we write it? We write it as existential quantifier symbol xpx. And how do we read it? We read it or we pronounce it in this way. There exists x such that px is going to be true. Again, we are not writing px is going to be true, only we are writing such that px. What does this mean? This means that for some values of x, px is going to be true, but for some values it is going to be false, right? So I hope you must have understood existential and universal quantifier. Now in this, when we solve the questions, we have to remember two things mostly. The two things are, whenever we have universal quantification, we are going to use the implication sign. I hope you all remember what was the implication sign. This was the implication sign, which we have already done in earlier lectures. Now, second point says existential quantifier goes with conjunction. Now, what is conjunction? Conjunction was used for and, similar to and operation. And this was the symbol for conjunction, right? It was the same as the and table, right? And truth table. So existential is for some and universal is for all. That means for all value of x, px is going to be true. That is going to be universal quantifier. And when we do the questions, in those questions, we can define that universal quantifier goes with implication. For some, we use existential quantifier, and for existential quantifiers, we are going to use the conjunction in the equations which are given in questions. Now, third thing says that a logical formula can be quantified by multiple quantifiers. That means it is not necessary that we can only use single quantifier in a single equation. We can also use multiple quantifiers for a logical formula. So that this is a very important notification for you all to solve the questions. Now you have to remember all these points, all these 3 points, and you will be able to solve the questions. Let's attempt a question. Let's understand how do we do it. See, this is the first thing. We have two statements. This is just an example. We have taken two statements. First statement says all wild animals are dangerous. This is the first statement. Second statement says some plants are poisonous. So we have to represent it in the predicate logic form with the help of quantifiers. So how do we render it? We define it. First of all, we have to assume it with the help of a variable value. So what do we define? We define, let's assume, you are always going to use this position in this questions. That is, let's assume wild animal X, let X be the value for wild animals. Okay, wild animal X colon, that means what does this mean? This means X is a wild animal. Next one, dangerous X, what does this mean? Colon, this means X is dangerous. Next one, because we are using two objects here, what plants we are using, and what was the characteristic for plant? That is poisonous. So we are saying plant X in brackets, colon, X is a plant. This means what? When we write plant X, this means that X is what? X is a plant. Now X can have any value, right? Any type of plant we can write it out here. Next statement, we are just defining it as poisonous X in brackets, colon, what does this mean? It means X is poisonous. Now comes the main part, that is how we are going to represent these two statements in the form of predicate logic, and we are going to use the quantifiers. First of all, the first thing you are going to define is first understand the statement. It is saying all wild animals are dangerous. In this, you can see that there is a quantifier which is directly stating and indicating that this is a universal quantifier. Why? Because this is clearly stating a word which is called as all, and it is used for what? It is used for universal quantifier. So this is clear with this particular word that this is going to be the predicate logic, which is using a quantifier, and the quantifier is the universal quantifier. So what we are going to use? We are going to use the symbol for universal quantifier, and this was the universal quantifier symbol. So how do we write it? You must have remembered in the earlier slides I have shown you how do we symbolically represent it. We write it as universal quantifier symbol X and Px. Here Px is what? Here Px is wild animals and dangerous. So this is how we symbolically represent. Now what we are going to write? We are going to write all wild animals are dangerous. Now just remember the earlier slide. I told you two notifications. You have to remember to solve the question. That is, whenever you have universal quantifier, you are going to use the implication sign. So let's see here, we have already identified the universal quantifier, that is all. Now what we are going to use? We are going to use the implication sign in this. This is the sign of implication. That means what? All For all, that means for all means universal quantifier, the symbol is used out here. We have X, we have started the braces. Wild animal X, because we are saying wild animals, right, are dangerous. Now are dangerous, are के लिए हमने यहाँ पे यूज किया implication sign. That means जितने भी wild animals हैं वो सब क्या हैं, वो सब dangerous हैं. So we have written wild animals X, implication sign, dangerous X. So what does it define? If the question is given out here and we have to write it in the statement form, so we can read it in the form that is all, this is the universal quantifier, so all, for all values of X, you can see out here subscription X is given. So that means what? For all values of X. So for all values of X, that means wild animals are dangerous. So this is how we are going to solve the first statement, and we are going to render it in the symbolical form. Now coming to the second one, it is written as some plants are poisonous. We have already taken as one plant X, that is colon X is a plant, and second one as the poisonous X, that is X is poisonous. So it is the same thing. The only difference is you can see out here we are using, first point is you have to identify whether it is using a universal quantifier or the existential. So it is clearly given as some, and we all know that some is the word which is indicating towards the existential quantifier. So how do we write it? We can use the symbol for existential quantifier. This is the existential quantifier. This is how we write it. Universal quantifier, oh sorry, existential quantifier. In subscription we are going to write X because we are talking about the value of X for the existential quantifier. And with the, you must have remembered in the earlier slide I told you for some, that is for existential, it goes with conjunction. Okay, so what we are going to write here, we are going to use the sign as the conjunction. So this is kind of a rule which you have to remember, and with the help of which you can easily solve the question. So here we have taken what? Conjunction sign. Why conjunction? Because we are talking about the existential quantifier. So how do we write it? The existential quantifier with the symbol X, brackets, plant X and poisonous X. Now what does this mean? Some plants are poisonous. That means when plants are poisonous, we have conjuncted and operation is being used over existential. That means some plants are poisonous. Not all plants are poisonous. If it would have been all plants are poisonous, then we are going to use what? Universal quantifier X, then plant X, implication sign, and then the poisonous X. So this is how we are going to define the simple equations in the form of symbolical representation. Now let's move to the second example, which is like more elaborated and a difficult one. In this we have to write the predicate logic statements for these particular statements. The statements are, the first one, Ram likes all kinds of food. Second statement, Sita likes anything which Ram likes. Third statement is, Raj likes those which Sita and Ram both like. Fourth, Ali likes some of which Ram likes. Now, what you have to do first is, first thing you have to do is you are going to define the variable with the objects and the functions. If you remember from the earlier lecture, I have told you that here food is what? Food is the object, and we have taken certain variables because we are using the different names. We are using Ram, we are using Sita, Raj, Ali. So what we are going to use, we are going to give a variable out here that is X. Now it can be any, it can have any value. So what it can be understood as, it can be understood as X is food. Second, we have taken as function. Function is what? Likes. Likes, brackets, X comma Y. So X comma Y is what? X comma Y can be again the variables in which we can have the values. So how we read it? We read it X likes Y. Okay. So after assuming this, we are going to again find out in which statement we are using the quantifier, which type of quantifier. So let's start with the first statement. First statement says Ram likes all kinds of food. So we have already assumed these two things, food X and likes XY. First statement is going to be, you can just see the first thing you can easily identify is all word. All states what? It states the universal quantifier. And when we use universal quantifier, what we are going to use, it will go with the implication sign. So how do we render it? We render symbolically in the form of this way. That is universal quantifier symbol X, food X, implication what? Ram likes all kinds of food, sorry. So food X is what? All kind of food. And who likes all kind of food? Implication likes Ram comma X. So this is how we are going to write this particular statement in predicate logic form. Next one. Second statement says Sita likes anything which Ram likes. Now in this again, there are 2-3 forms I have told you in the earlier PPT. Let's go back and see. See, in this part, we have seen universal quantification can be written in any one of the forms for all X, for each X, for every X, right? So this is how we are going to find out what type of quantifier it is going to use. So it is writing Sita likes anything. Anything means what? Anything means all the things, right? So anything is again an indirect indication word which is indicating towards the universal quantifier. Okay, so this is universal quantifier again. What we are going to use? We are going to use the universal quantifier symbol with the X. Now, what is the thing we are going to use? We are going to use the implication sign over here. Why implication sign? Again, because of universal quantifier. So how the implication sign is being used? Implication sign says what? Sita likes anything that Ram likes. So first thing, likes Ram comma X, implication sign likes Sita comma X. So these two likes are what? Likes are functions and Ram is the object, right? And Sita is again the object, and this particular is the quantifier, universal quantifier. So this is how we are going to write for the universal quantifier. This is the predicate logic statement we have achieved. Third statement says Raj likes those which Sita and Ram both likes. Now this is like little complicated. Why it is complicated? It is having what? It is having multiple logical statements in one statement, because it is saying Raj likes those which Sita and Ram both like. So what we are saying, first of all, again identify the quantifier. So you can easily see that Raj likes all those things which Sita and Ram both like. So that means again the universal quantifier. We have used the symbol universal. Now Raj likes what? This is the conclusion. So conclusion has to be written at the end. So that is why what we write, likes Raj comma X. And before that we use the implication sign. And what does Raj likes? Raj likes both the things which Sita and Ram likes. So how do we write? Likes Sita comma X conjunction, Y conjunction. Here this is multiple, right? So likes Ram comma X. We are not using conjunction here because of the universal quantifier. No, we are using the implication because of the universal quantifier. But here conjunction is being used because we are having the and word in the statement, right? So don't get confused that earlier we have studied universal quantifier, we use implication. So why we are using conjunction out here? So this is different. Implication we are using because of universal, but conjunction we are using because there is a word and in the logical statement. Fine. So this is how we render this particular statement. Now the last statement says Ali likes some of which Ram likes. Now you can easily identify the word some, for which some is what? It is the existential quantifier EX, right? And how do we define it? It goes with the conjunction sign. So that is why what we are using, we are going to use the conjunction sign. So Ali likes some of which Ram likes. That means we are using conjunction for Ram likes and Ali likes. So likes Ram comma X, conjunction likes Ali comma X, and the existential quantifier. So this is the how we are going to write the fourth logical statement in the predicate logic form symbolization. So I hope this is clear to you all. That's all for this particular PPT. Thank you.